This conference will now be recorded.
So in the previous session, we saw how we can actually automate the process. In this session, the automation what we'll be learning is how to export the chart or table from Excel to PPT. So let's make it very simple. I have an object here or I have a table here. I just want to export this to PPT. So if you want to do that, there are simple steps what you have to follow. It's nothing like very complex that we have to write some programs on other object and then export it. So people actually think that it's very complex, but let's make it very simple and then we'll write the code to export the chart and table to PPT. Let's go to this F11, right click, we'll insert a module, F4 mod underscore, say PPT automation. All right. So first what we should do is the first step, go to this tools, reference and enable the library. In our previous session, to get the file names, we enable library, that is Microsoft Scripting Runtime. So here what we'll do, we'll go here, just scroll down, here we'll get something called as Microsoft PowerPoint. Let's say PowerPoint 16.0 object library, say okay. We'll write the program, we'll give the program name as PPT automation. We'll say chart. First we'll see how we can actually export the chart. Dim PPT app as PowerPoint dot application. Dim PPT presentation as PowerPoint dot presentation. Slide as PowerPoint dot slide. So first thing what we should do is we should enable the library and then here declare three variables. One is for application, that is PPT. Other one is for presentation, then the slide. So what is this actually? This is actually the hierarchy. So what is hierarchy? So if you say this for the Excel, we have application, workbook, sheet, and then range. Similarly, we have hierarchy for PPT as well, that is application, presentation, and slide. After that, we have the objects, that is chart, table, or something like that. Now, what I've done here, I declared three variables. Now, let's assign the values for these variables what we have declared. So first thing is we should set the application. So how to do that? So we'll go here, set ppt app equals create object and say PowerPoint dot application. So this is how actually we'll create the application because I don't have PPT opened here. Now we want to make that visible because if you want to see that application, so you have to make it visible. Say ppt app dot visible equals to. Now let's run this. If you see here, the PPT application got opened, but there is no presentation or slide created. Next, what we'll do is we'll see how we can actually create a presentation. So once you create this application, then the next step is adding presentations here. So we'll go here, it says set PPT presentation equals PPT app dot presentations dot add. It's exactly like what we add workbook, say application dot workbooks dot add. Same thing here, we are trying to add a presentation. Now let's run this and see. So every time when I'm adding some code, I'll just try to test this so that the code is running properly. If you see here, now a presentation is created. Now we need to add a slide for this. Let me close this and we'll close this application as well. All right. Now to add a slide, we'll say set PPT slide equals PPT presentation dot slides dot add. Say add open bracket. It will ask for index number. Index number is nothing but the slide number. Say 1, comma. It will ask for the layout to be created. So layouts are nothing but, so in the PPT when I'm creating a slide, so we have to assign a slide as a layout for that. So there'll be a lot of layouts. So if you see here, I'll just take this as layout blank as of now. So whichever is appropriate for your presentation, you can just take that. Now let's run this. Fate presentation is created. Now let's see, a slide is created. So we actually wrote a code to create one application. Then in that application, a presentation is created. Then within that presentation, I created one slide. So this is for only one slide what we have created. Now what we have to do, the next step, we have to copy and paste this chart to the slide the slide which you are creating. So whenever you are actually working on any objects or any sheets or anything, try to rename this. Now what I'll do, I'll just select this chart. We'll go here, we can rename this. I'll say OBJ chart. Say enter. Now I need to copy this chart and paste it in PPT. Let's go here. So what we'll do, let's say test WKS report VBA dot shapes, and we'll say OBJ chart dot copy. I'm just trying to copy this. So it is nothing but the chart what we have just named it. I'm just trying to copy that, and then we'll paste it in the slide where we have created this. Say PPT slide dot shapes dot paste. That's it. Now if you give like this, so what will happen is it will try to paste the shape what we have created. Say let's go here. We'll again run this. Slide is added, and then we copied this shape and we are pasting it. If you see that, the shape gets pasted here. Now if you see this, when I just say paste, say copy and paste, this will be editable. That means I can still edit this by going to this Excel sheet. So this is editable chart. Now what if I want to paste this as picture? So here I just copied and I pasted it just like that, whatever the chart was there. Now I want to copy and paste this as picture. I don't want this to be editable picture in my PowerPoint. Let's copy the entire code. So here just paste it, and I'll make it as underscore picture. Now this is again a very simple task. So what we have to do is everything will be similar, but here I have this shapes obj chart dot copy. Instead of copy, I'll say copy picture. That's all. We just have to change this to copy picture. Now let's run this. If you run this, the chart will get copied and pasted here, but this time this is a picture. If you see here, this will be a picture now. So this will not be a editable chart. So whenever you think that you want to copy and paste any object as a picture or an editable object, so you can use say dot copy will actually export the chart without this thing, that is as a picture, so it will be like editable object. If you say copy picture, then it will be a picture where we cannot edit the object. So this is for copying and pasting the chart. What if I want to copy and paste the table? So when I say table, that means it's just a range. So what we have to do here, so here nothing special we have to do. We just have to select the range, copy and paste. That's it. So how to do that? Let's go here. I have one table here. Now let's go here. We'll write the code. The code for creating the object, that is application or presentation slide or opening, that everything is same. Only thing is we have to change the object here. That is what object I'm copying and pasting. Let me copy the same code here, and I'll say enter, and here instead of chart I'll say table. Right. Now what we have to do here, everything will be similar. Only thing we have to change here is this one, this part. Let's go here. I'll say from B10 dot range B10 to C14. I'm just hard coding it as of now. Dot copy. Whatever object I'm copying, that will be considered as shapes in PPT. Now let's run this and see. It's copying and pasting the table. You can see that it just copied and pasted the table. But this is editable. You can see that it is editable because I just copied and pasted. Can we paste this as picture? Yes, this object also can be pasted as picture. Let me just go here. I'll close this. Same thing. I'll just copy this and we'll paste it here. And let's change the program name. I'll make it as picture. Here we have to say copy picture. That's it. Now if I run this, what will happen is this will just paste it as picture instead of editable object. Right, you can see that now this is not editable, this becomes as a picture. Okay, now we learned about how to create an application, add presentation in that, then add slide, copy the chart and table and paste it as editable object or as a non-editable, that is picture. This is for only one chart what we copied and pasted. What if I want to copy multiple charts? Let's go to this dashboard which we have created previously. Here I have so many different charts. I want to export these charts. So what we'll do, let's go here. I'll select, let's say I want to export these three charts. I'm just selecting this chart and here we'll try to name this, say OBJ chart 1. Say enter. Let's select this chart and I'll name this as OBJ chart 2. So if you give the serial number like this, it will be easy for us to export. And here I'll make it as 3. Right. So I want to export these three charts. Later on, we'll see how we can export these other charts as well. Right. So let's go here. And again, we'll have the same code. So you don't have to change anything. Just copy the same code. And here I'll say permission multiple chart. Let's keep this aside. So here I'm trying to create one slide by creating one application, adding one presentation. Now this time we need to add more slides. That means this part should actually be looped. So what we'll do is till this presentation will keep outside the loop, but adding the slide will keep it inside the loop. So for this loop, I'll declare one more variable as integer, and here we'll say for INTI equals 1 to 3 because I have 3 charts, and here I'll say next INTI done. This will run 3 times, but the index whatever is there, this has to get changed. So what I'll do, here I'll say INTI. I'll just change this 1 to INTI. Previously I'd given 1, that means it's a slide number. Now I'll give here as INTI. So what will happen is it will go here when it is INTI as 1. So this will be 1. Then again the next cycle it will be 2 and 3. So it will keep adding the slides. But when I add a slide, I need to copy and paste the say the object what I'm trying to export. Let's go here. Say WKS. Now the sheet changes. It is dashboard 3. So we'll just go and see what is the dashboard 3 sheet. Sheet 7. Let's rename this as dashboard 3 on. Right. say dashboard 3 dot range of, or say we are copying the chart, so we'll mention it as shapes of obj chart 1 dot copy, and then we say ppt slide dot shapes dot paste. Now when I'm actually copying this obj chart 1, every time it is copying the same chart and it will be pasting to the others, say slides what you have created. But for me, this has to be like chart 1, chart 2, and chart 3. We'll go here, I'll just remove this one and say ampersand inti. Now what will happen is, I have the name obj chart, and here I'm trying to append the say the index number that is from the loop. Let's run this and see. Say F8, the application will be created. Now I'll create the presentation. That is, I'll add one presentation. Then inside the loop, now we'll try to add slides. Let's go here, and if you see, 3 charts gets added here. But they're all very small. So what if I want to resize this? Now they are very small, so I want to resize this. So for that, we can give this height, width, so we can change that. So what we'll do, we'll go here. Then we have to make slight changes here. So what is that? Let's go and say ppt shape as object. Why? Because whatever objects I'm pasting here, on that object we'll try to change the height and width of the object what we export. Right, let's copy this ppt shape, and here say set and give this ppt shape equals, so the object whatever I'm pasting here, that will be assigned to one variable. Now we'll go here, set ppt shape dot height equals, let's give some value here, say height is 200, then width we'll say some 300. Later on, once we see this, so the height and width we can change it, because we cannot directly go and specify the height and width. Once we actually export, seeing that size, we can change this. Say let's run this and see. Right, so I want this to be still more bigger like this. So what we'll do, we'll try to increase the width. I'll make it as 600 and this one as 400. Let's close this and I'll run this. So this is becoming too big actually. Fine. So here we can do some changes like this. Okay, now let's see if this works. Run this. Right, so this works. Now the alignment. If you see, this is actually going somewhere to the right hand side. Now I want this to be somewhere here like this. Now what we'll do, we'll try to adjust the say align, that is left or top. So again, let me copy this and paste it here. Here I'll say ppt shape left. Let's use some random value here for this again, and later on we'll change this, say 100. Let's run this. Let's close this. We'll see. Okay, now you can see that the top value is fine, but the left value what you see, we can still adjust. So what we'll do, we'll go here, we'll make it as 100 here also. Then let's close this file, because every time the slide is getting created, the application is getting created. Okay, further still, if you want, you can just move this. You just make it as 200. Fine. Now let's go here. I want to copy these charts as well. Say this one, this one, this one, and this one as well. So what we can do is we can go here. We can just give the same code here. Say 3. Select this chart. I'll make it as 4. Select this and make it as 5. Go here. These things, these are all actually one-time setup. Say 6. So once you do this, then later on you can just use it. So let's check once again. 4, 5, 6, and so done. So once you actually do all this setup, that is renaming of the object, so these things should be done when you're actually creating the charts that is in the dashboard itself, so that you can use that in the code for exporting. All right, now I'll just go here, change this to 7. That's it. Now let's run this. If you run this, all the 7 charts should get exported. Let's see whether it will get exported. Right. So you can see they're all getting exported with same size as well. If you go here and check the presentation, you can see that all the alignment, everything is same. So exporting of these PPT is very easy actually. So you just have to make sure that you will follow these steps. Now whatever we did till now was copying and pasting the object as editable object. What if you want to do this same thing for exporting with picture? Just change this to picture. That's it. You just have to go here and say copy picture. Now let's run this. So you can see that the entire presentation gets pasted as picture here, like this. So you have to adjust a little bit because the picture when you paste, so it is just it will get expanded. So we can do some adjustment in the alignments as well. Okay. All right. So let me just stop here.